Have you considered that maybe your Etsy shop is looking super last year? Yes, I'm talking a little bit outdated, and it might be time for a little refresh. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 trends that are not yet saturated on Etsy, and no matter what you sell, whether it's digital or print on demand, hand-picked, sourced, handmade, I will show you how you can apply these trends to your shop. To put together all of these trend videos, it takes hundreds of hours of research. So if you enjoy the trend videos, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into the 5 trends I found for you today. All right, the first trend is pastel rainbow tones altogether. So forget the bright primary color rainbows. We are going to lock in on pastel rainbow combinations. Now, no, this is not the classic boho rainbows of 2018. These are just combining rainbow pastels in one item or picture. Here's an example in glass. It could be really cute for wind chime or a baby mobile. I love that idea for a nursery. And I want to point out, we're also seeing it where there are 2 adjacent colors combined together, like we see with the blue and the aqua. And then we see colors that are opposite the color wheel as well, like the pink and the blue. A great way to incorporate that look, since a lot of this has that glass feel, is through acrylic. So here we see it with an acrylic Jenga game. We see it with glass, of course. And sometimes the colors are not all mixed in one product, but we're mixing all those colors in the same image. Maybe you have a product that comes in 4 different pastel colors. Well, you can create this pastel rainbow trend by putting them all in the same thumbnail. Here is with a very like chalky matte finish on these faces. And maybe you just sell one color of one pastel thing. Well, maybe you could create this trend in that image by putting props like the flowers. Here are props, different color pastel flowers. Your product is one color, but you're using props to create this pastel rainbow trend. So kitchen, bathroom, when you're thinking about color palettes, maybe for digital products, for spring and summer events, think about combining some of these pastel rainbow colors. And when you add in gold, by the way, as an accent, it can elevate that and make it look much more sophisticated, like we see here with a gold border on these plates and bowls. But it's a lot with glass. A lot of it is coming through with glass. So color blocking some of the pastel rainbow tones, you can apply that if you're doing digital, POD. You can source that when you're doing vintage. You can incorporate this into the hand-picked category with gift baskets or gift boxes. And of course, in the handmade, absolutely you can do this pastel rainbow color blocking look. All right, this next trend is light-toned gingham. We've talked about the light-toned checker trend, but we're also seeing a light-toned gingham trend. Now, with ginghams that we've seen in previous years, we've seen a little bit more of a punch, of a contrast, and now we're seeing a very kind of subtle, light-toned gingham coming through. And remember, you can incorporate gingham into functional products. Here we see it on outlet covers. Here it's giving the gingham vibe, although not true gingham, but very light tones. A lot of super light neutrals like a cream, more of a white, off-white, beige, nudes. Here again, more of a checker than a gingham, but with the light tones. Oh, here again, no, this is great. It combines the bow trend, functional bows on the corners like we talked about a while back, but mixing neutrals together for some of these trendy patterns like we see in that middle one. This could be great for party decor, so any type of party theme, baby shower, first birthday, kid's birthday. You could elevate this and make this look very bridal shower if you wanted to, or retirement party, even 90th birthday party or anniversary. Again, here with the functional products that are like outlet covers, it kind of gives a nod to that vintage, nostalgic kind of analog look as well. Again, with like a neutral, but we're combining a thread of gold with the light pastel gingham, and suddenly it makes something that could look very baby-like suddenly much more sophisticated. If some of these patterns are feeling very young and juvenile, add in an element of metallic gold and that instantly elevates it. And remember, you don't have to do it through the product itself. It could be an element of gold in the context the product is in, so in the mock-up itself. All right, this next trend is a specific dog breed. These 2 dog breeds are similar. Don't come at me if you know your dog breeds and you think they're not similar. And these are Hounds and Dachshunds. Now, the vibe is a little bit longer of a body, a little bit shorter legs. Here we see it as a wicker basket. We're seeing it on blankets. So here we're seeing it with a stripe and a little bow tie. Here we're seeing the dogs on a shower curtain on the little surfboards. Here we're seeing a toile print, which was a trend from last year. We're still seeing some of that. And we're seeing the toile print with the Dachshunds. dachshunds. And I like how the dachshunds pop because pretty much everything is blue, tiny bit of green, but mostly blue. And then the dachshunds are true dog color. Here, they're kind of interwoven, jigsawed together to make a pattern. And we're seeing actually dachshund molds. I don't know what kind of dog that is. It's a long-haired dachshund, if that's a thing. We're seeing it with molds, with like soaps or candles. So get creative with functional items that are in the shape of these types of dogs. We're also seeing it with Awala. The dog trend continues. Different faces and hats and masks are pictured on these. Again, with that theme of dressing up an animal. And this also is just kind of like a paperweight. You could source these with like piggy banks. You could have a dachshund or a hound themed gift box or gift set. That could be a cool thing to source as well. Also, if you're an artist, maybe consider creating some more abstract line drawings like this one here. This is really fun. We're seeing these dogs dressed up almost in Halloween costumes that are very food inspired, perfect for the kitchen. Again, on glassware, we're seeing a lot of this kind of art, line drawn art on glassware. And here's a really cool embroidered dachshund. So if you do embroidery, think outside the box of what you could embroider. Again, the dachshund with the shirt on it as a stuffy. And we also see it in glass. And you can see here it's made to look like it has a little hat on it. Also, another functional item, this looks kind of like a mail holder with some glasses in it and in the shape of a dog. And then in jewelry, we're seeing it as well. This is a very, very elevated look. Again, functional types of baskets with this too. And in repeating patterns, so wallpaper, wrapping paper, shower curtains, anything that would take a repeating pattern. And here again, we're seeing the embroidered stuffy trend. We used to call them stuffed animals. My 8-year-old calls them stuffies. So I don't know what you call them, but it's the embroidered detail makes it suddenly much more heirloom quality. This next trend is a fun way to incorporate a textured neutral into your shop. And this is the wicker trend. About a year and a half ago, it was rattan, and now we're seeing a ton of wicker. Whether you sell digital, POD, handmade supplies, vintage, anything, you could incorporate wicker into your shop, even if it's through the graphics. So here we're seeing it as a big wicker bow turned into a functional product of a shelf with the seashell trend from over a year ago. Here we see it with bunnies and a bow on the bunny, a floppy ear. This is a functional mirror. Here we see a collection of wicker pieces with the kind of sea turtles, crustaceans. Remember that trend from last year? Seahorses. Here we see, this kind of looks like a pear or an apple, but a functional product. This holds things. So it's like a wall basket. Here we see another basket with the cute yellow and white daisy trend on it. This has the scalloped edge, so it becomes very kind of childlike. Also, we're not just seeing wicker in light tones. We're also seeing it in darker tones. So keep that in mind. Again, here with the kind of the darker stain on that wicker. Here's a more functional wicker product. Even if you do, let's say the hand-picked category, you could be putting everything inside of a wicker basket. That would be an easy way to incorporate this trend. Here, a functional book holder in the shape of a house. That type of thing is also really fun that you could source, maybe something for picnics. And I think that's one reason why we're going to see a lot of this in the summer and spring is because it does give a nod to that picnic basket, slow family day in, the park type of vibe. Again, with lighting, lampshades, and a full lamp base as well, or a little dollhouse. This is cool too. You could literally make or paint those little wooden dolls, have this sourced and sell them as a package set and put like a huge markup on that. I see a lot of opportunity. So this next trend, I'm going to call it a songbird trend. We talked last year about the trends with the mallard ducks and the swans and the flamingos, but we're going to talk about birds that are lightweight and that fly among the trees. We're seeing a lot of seamless patterns with these. Here is a really cool mobile. How inexpensive. When I see that, I think profit because the cost of the materials is so low and it's meant to have this kind of raw organic look. Those are literally just paper. It has such like a really cool look, kind of toile inspired with the blue and the white bird. Here we see little wooden birds on blocks. This could become a cute little toy set. Now again, we're still seeing swans just in different ways, so much more realistic shapes. So really take that swan shape and put it on things. Yeah, here's the swans again, but primarily this trend is with birds that would land in a tree or like a tree nest. So we're seeing it a lot with prints and florals. Now, I would love to hear which trend was your favorite. Go ahead and put it in the comments. And if you like videos like this where I identify trends that are not yet get saturated on Etsy, go ahead and click subscribe and get access to all of my free trend forecasting videos. And if you would ever like a deeper dive into e-commerce strategy with myself, I do host free classes, and I would love to invite you to have a seat at one of them. We limit them to about 200 people per class, so go ahead and click on the link in the description, or we'll put a QR code up here as well so that you can have a seat in one of my next Etsy e-com master classes. And I can't wait to have you there. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.